one of the things that we were talking about, me and you offline, is this controversy between, with the Oscars and the Academy. And Jada Pinkett Smith made a video, and it was really kind of like, I felt like she was reading for a role or something. Like I did not get the sense that was sincere. Like, that's just me personally. What did you feel about it?
Well, it prompted me enough to do my own video on my own Facebook page. Because I was just like, first of all, like I told you, like I said in my video, okay, all of that would be understandable and it sounds great, but why you just starting to do this now? Because the Oscars been snubbing black folks for a long time. Well, now that your man got snubbed, you decide that you want to talk about us begging seats in there or whatever. Like, come on, man, stop it, please.
And also, I think it shows that they live in a bubble.
Yeah.
Like, I think she and I'm gonna put Will Smith in there because I doubt very seriously if she did this on her own.
Right.
She was probably a proxy for whatever he's feeling. But when you really think about it, did he really, really think that role was going to get him an Oscar?
Yeah, he must have evidently did. He must have evidently did.
Come on, dude. And I'm not putting down Smith because I think he's very talented. Like when I remember when I first saw Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What impressed me about that, about him, right off the bat, was his comedic timing.
Right.
And his, because when he came on and he got on that show, he was very, very good in terms of his timing, his poise. For somebody who had no experience acting.
They were just pushed in there about Benny Medina and Quincy Jones, yeah.
He had no experience acting. So I knew that he had the chops just based on that alone. Because comedy is harder, actually, to pull off than, regular straight acting. A serious dramatic role.
I'm going to give you a little trivia. You know that show was offered to Al B. Shore first?
Really?
That show was offered to Al.
I don't think Al could have pulled it off.
Nah. It wasn't named the Fresh Prince.
It would have totally been a different show.
It wasn't named the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was named something else, but it was the same. It was the same prism. But then Will Smith was there. Whoever changed that up, and they really picked the right person. He was the guy. He was made for that show. Like they had to name it after him and everything because he did his thing. Yeah.
Was it going to be a comedy if Al had done it?
Yeah, Al's a very comedic person. Like, he was a very comedic person. They just never showed that image of him because, at the time when we was creating the Millie, we had to keep it like, this is the most sexiest dude among America. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, we just kept that part of him. But Al, it would have came off not like Fresh Prince, but it would have been like because of course they were just selling his image at the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were banking on. But Fresh Prince, they ended up switching up, and they got Fresh Prince, and no person could have been better than that person.
Yeah,
than him for that show. Yeah.
But just to let the people know what we're talking about, Jada Pinkett Smith made a video, talking about how we shouldn't be begging the Oscars for acceptance and how we need to do things on our own, and I mean the basic tone of the video was true. Like me and Dev were talking about it. It's like, well, of course, we need to have our own stuff and blah, 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 blah. But then Janet Hubert, who used to play Aunt Viv early in the Fresh Prince, the dark-skinned black mom, said, basically that Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith were hypocrites and that they are part of the machine, that they only hire, their close friends and family. And the only reason why they're making an issue over it now is because they feel personally affected by it, by, Will Smith not being nominated for the Oscar. And so they both have good points, and they both are telling the truth. But I tend to lean, in terms of just looking at the situation itself, I lean more with Janet because I think that is exactly what it is. Like, I haven't heard Jada Pinkett Smith or Will Smith say anything about, the Oscars and the Oscars being biased toward white folks and all this other stuff. And also, like, she made a point that she said that when Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was in its heyday, they went to Will Smith and said, listen, why not go to the networks and say, listen, we got a popular show. Yeah, for the cast and get money for us, And Will Smith said, and I quote, your deal is your deal and my deal is my deal.
Which is crazy.
So isn't that kind of hypocritical? That now you want to get everybody you want to gather the whole black community on your side. And then that video kind of pissed me off the way that I saw it. Because Jada Pinkett Smith was on this soft-spoken, like, oh, this is very serious.
And did you see the lighting in the house?
Yeah.
Had to light them down. And I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are crazy. This shit is staged like a motherfucker. Oh, man.
And she had this soft-spoken, like, I'm being serious right now, y'all. Because we got to stick together.
I just came from the Scientology temple, and I had to come tell you all this and shit. Fuck out of here. These motherfuckers is crazy. But, yeah, cause, and the crazy thing is, what On Vid was talking about, Janet Hubert, can't call her On Vid, Janet Hubert was talking about, could have been done by Will Smith at that time. He could have got them as much money as he wanted to get them. Because Seinfeld has done it. They did it for Friends. They did it for so many other people. But, and
Robert Downey Jr. did it for the Avengers cast.
Right.
He made sure that they got money. He may say, listen, this is a billion-dollar franchise. Give us our due. These are the guys that play these characters. And he went to bat for them. He said, if they don't get it, then you ain't got Iron Man.
Right.
And they went for it, because what else they going to do?
Yeah, man. That is like, that's how you go down. Hey, black folks, we were trained to be selfish. So, fuck, Will Smith only did what he knew was best, being a selfish dude, I guess,
Yeah, but it just goes to show you that people are conveniently black. It's what I call convenient nationalists. It's like you only become nationalists when you come across a situation that affects you and your situation and your circle personally, and then all of a sudden you want to rally the people around your cause. That's why I say it's disingenuous, because what Jada Pinkett Smith was saying was true. Yes, we do need to have our own and blah, 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 blah. I mean, we've been preaching that and talking about that in the BAIO like for forever. The question is, why are you talking about it? What's the reason you're talking about it? Is it because you actually a black nationalist? Or because you upset and you pouting because the white man didn't accept you and honor you? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then we got people fighting tooth and nail over cultural appropriation. That term is just so funny to me.
Who makes up these
cultural appropriation? Now get this, Dev. Cultural appropriation in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Think about that. We're talking about cultural appropriation in America, where our legacy is slavery and subjugation and being dominated socially, economically, and politically. Our status really is freed slaves, because we're not first-class citizens. We're second and third class. I should say we're treated that way. Y'all can come up with whatever legal term you want to, but that's the reality. And we're mad because white girls is twerking and getting braids and doing all. This is our issue. That's what our issue is. Really?
No, it's just worrying about Becky twerking and shit. Like, come on, man. And I got to say excuse me to everybody out there. I got a cold, so I might sound funny. You might hear me clearing my throat throughout the show, man, but I'm trying to keep it as professional as I can. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're doing good. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is what our issue is. We're mad because white folks is taking our shit inside of America. Wow. And
incredible.
That's the point that I wanted to raise, because I want to go back to that conversation that me and you was having. You said you was listening to Roland Martin, right?
Yes, I was.
Let them know about that.
You know what, son? It's crazy. I listen to a lot of stuff, right? And it's bullshit. I might hear it from there and it goes out my head, but I'm going to try to remember the bullshit that was said. Because I was just like, this guy's got to be out of his goddamn mind. Roland Martin was saying that our brother came on the show, on his show. He has a show like similar to this, but he does it on Facebook and Periscope, and airs it live on a radio station or something, whatever. So our brother comes on the show, and the brother was talking about different things, or what we need to boycott, and that we don't really need them, and or this, that, and the third. And he said, yo, we don't need a damn Oscar. And Roland said, see, that's where you're wrong. See, we do need an Oscar. We do need an Oscar because I can't remember his asinine excuse, but it was like basically like we need an Oscar because now it came back to me. He said we need an Oscar because the studio green lights, or the studio, we only have one studio that can green light film, so we all need to be a part of that still to get our films green lighted. And the guy says exactly what I'm saying in my mind. What the fuck we need? What a studio got to do with the Oscars? And why do we need a fucking worry about them to greenlight our film? Why the hell we can't just greenlight our film? Well, we can't because they're not going to allow us to do that. And that's the shit I hate to hear from our own people. And here it is. Roland Martin is a so-called personality on the radio. Here it is. You already shooting us down and defeating us. Well, we can't do that because this is who controls it. And I'm like, hear this dumb motherfucker? That's the problem. That's the problem right there. We always feel that the white man is stuck. Like Mark said, that it's Thanos. And Thanos said, if you niggas try to greenlight a film, I'm gonna bust your ass. You need to play that. You need to play that shit from the penitentiary. I'll bust your ass if you think about greenlighting your old films. You know what I'm saying? So it was bust you, motherfucker! I'm gonna bust your ass. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my ass whooped, y'all, because I've been saying like, yo, what the fuck out of here? Like, why can't we greenlight our own films? Who the hell said that we can't? There's one studio in Hollywood, or a couple of studios, all owned by white folks, and we need the Academy because that's the only way our films are going to get out there. Fucking defeated Negroes. That's what the fucking problem is. No, I'm sorry.
And when you told me that,
defeated niggas.
When you told me that, the first thing that went through my mind is, first of all, the Academy does not green light movies, number one.
Right.
Because if movie studios controlled the Academy, then their stars, they could basically make the Academy pick whatever star they want to get the Oscar. You know, the Academy is independent. The Academy basically is rich, wealthy, white film snobs. You know, they're basically, you know, independent, and they feel that their opinion matters. You know, and because they can buy airtime and get on, you know, broadcast themselves to, you know, internationally or whatever, they're given, you know, relevance. But when you really look at it, the Academy is out of touch. It's like, to say that the Academy is racist is almost like saying that, you know, shrimp is seafood. I mean, that goes without saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when people say that they're racist, I mean, okay, like, what did you really say? It's not, and that's not the real major vibe behind the Academy. The vibe behind the Academy is that they're out of touch, because there's been people, I think, all the time who were supposed to have gotten Oscars, and they're white, and they haven't gotten them. Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't gotten an Oscar, and he deserved an Oscar a long time ago for the roles that he's put out. Brad Pitt hasn't gotten one. He deserves, and those are the top two white boys for the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible, right? Incredible.
So they're out of touch organization. Yes, they're racist, but that's, you know, that goes without saying. You know, if it's a white organization, they're not going to honor black folks. Number one.
And then, he's like, and our problem is how we're going to get rid of, if we boycott, he was like, if we boycott the Oscars or get rid of the Oscars, what is that going to make Chris Rock feel like when we're not there? Chris Rock should fucking go. Chris Rock should go and and get on stage and cut up. That's my thing is, get on stage and berate those bastards for the whole 3.5 hours you on that stage. That's what you do. You talk about it. I would be enjoying myself here, but ain't no black folks in the audience.
Oh, that's another thing. This is another point that I made. Roland Martin is actually using the talking points of the BAIO, and he doesn't realize it. What Roland Martin is saying, and this is what I told Dev, Roland Martin is basically saying that the reason why boycotting the Oscars and all of that stuff won't work and black folks can't have an Oscars of their own inside of America, he's saying is because white folks control the infrastructure of the movie industry.
He said we should boycott it, but the issue is, but we shouldn't leave it alone.
Start our own.
Right. No, he didn't say start our own. He said we should just boycott it to let them show the power that we have, but still keep it as a thing with us because we needed to get our films greenlighted. Then why fucking boycott it?
Exactly.
That's the way.
Exactly. Thank you for that clarification. That is what when you're saying that, what he's saying is he doesn't believe that we can do it on our own here. And the reason why is because he's saying that the whites control the infrastructure of the entertainment industry and the movie industry. That's what he's saying.
Right.
And he's actually true. It's true. They do control it. So it's much, much harder for you to, and they actually they push back against white actors who decide that they're going to go independent. If you notice, all of the people that they get on the hardest, like Tom Cruise, Mel Gibson, all have independent productions. And the system doesn't like that. They don't like you going outside the Hollywood system. So when you do that, then they're going to put all kinds of propaganda on you, and they're going to put you out there in the public as being an insane person. If you notice, they did it with both Tom Cruise and Mel Gibson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You look and see who they attack. It's people that's usually doing their own thing. That's why Brad Pitt is getting ready to get attacked soon. But he's been playing it very smart. Like he's a studio guy, but he does his own thing on the side, but he doesn't reject the Hollywood system.
I got a question for you. Didn't Brad Pitt produce 12 Years a Slave? He executive produced that.
He was I believe he was one of the producers. I can't go on. I won't put my hand on the Bible on that one because I'm not quite sure.
He did. I think I'm sure that he did. And this movie won movie of the year, so he ain't really getting snubbed by them. You know what I'm saying? The movie that he executive produced, because they all get those awards. It's just like the Grammy. Everybody who's a part of it gets one. So it ain't like he really got snubbed. He just didn't get one for his namesake, but for his production company, yeah, they got an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely one of the producers of 12 Years a Slave.
And didn't
I'm gonna confirm that.
Yeah, didn't Mel Gibson get one too? In that sense, like one of his productions.
For the one when Jesus got his ass whooped. the ass whipping of Christ. That movie. Yeah.
But yo, I'm gonna bring some people in. Let's see who's been on hold the longest. Last 4 digits, 7672. If the machine will let me bring you in. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, it's Dominique. What up?
What up, brother?
What's up, Dom?
Nothing, just chilling, man.
Y'all go in.
Yeah.
So what do you feel, man? What do you feel about whose side are you on? You on Jada Pinkett Smith's side or Janet Hubert's side?
Yo, I'm on Janet's side. You know.
Uh-oh.
It's just like you said, like, you know, if Will Smith and Jada Pinkett felt about this, years ago, they would have done something about it instead of waiting till 2016. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Will Smith should have made sure everybody got paid. And I didn't even know nothing about that. But, you know, it's like, you being a hypocrite, man.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's the reason why Aunt Viv wasn't on the show.
No, my thing with she got fired for a whole nother reason. Like I said, like at that time, you know, that was my heyday. You know what I'm saying? So I knew a lot of things. It wasn't Will. At that time, Will Smith knew nothing about contracts. He was doing anything. He was just glad to be on the show. He was just glad to be on the show and probably didn't even understand the circumstances or the severity of him sticking with them and doing their thing. You know, he probably had a bunch of people that was keeping one day. But the issue was with her, why she got off that show, she was hard to work with. Because she used to speak up. She was one of those people that speak up. And you know, you can't speak up on certain people's situations and shit. But I couldn't fault Will Smith that, because at that time Will Smith wasn't a guy that knew much about that type of business. He was I'm just an actor at this time. It took him some time before he started learning how to do that. So I think that's why he did what he did. Like, he probably went to his people. They was like, yo, fuck her. All you have to do is worry about yourself. Because I think the issue is the wrong person probably approached Will Smith. If maybe a James Avery would approach them, or say Carl Banks, what was his name? It probably would have been a better understanding. But you know, she was like, she was a terror on that set, from what I hear. You know.
True.
But you know, my whole shit is with the whole thing is, regardless if Will would have spoke up for him or not, or anything, it would still been the same goddamn way, because they wasn't controlling anything. They wasn't controlling anything.
I mean, y'all brought up valid points about, you just can't say that they're racist because they snub each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to Mark, it was produced by Brad Pitt, Dee Dee Gardner, Jeremy Kleiner, Bill Poland, Stephen McQueen, Aaron Michelin, and Anthony Kiedis. So he did produce that shit. So he got his goddamn Oscar.
Okay,
he got an Oscar. Okay. Yeah. But you speaking about the whole. Nah. Also, I really want to talk about the whole cultural appropriation thing. Like,
every time I hear that statement, that shit is so funny.
I'm not being an asshole, but somebody should have told that young girl, keep your mouth closed. You're not qualified to speak. And that's the problem. We feel as though everybody can open their mouth. You're not qualified to speak, so don't say nothing. But
that's like a white woman saying to us, y'all don't know what real ass looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
You're not qualified. Keep your mouth closed.
Who was the young girl who came up with that nonsense?
I can't remember her
name.
You know what her name was? I remember her name because she has a Jewish last name, Amanda Steinberg or something like that. But she got a Jewish last name.
Who is she, though? Like, is she an actress?
Yeah, she played on, I want to say, either Hunger Games or one of those movies.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's who it was, the girl from Hunger Games. Exactly, you're right.
That's right.
That's exactly
I got
who it was. Come on, son. Come on. That is a come on, son moment.
I don't see how can you work for these people. If you got a problem, just don't work in Hollywood. End of discussion. Let's move on.
Hilarious.
I mean, it's
man.
that simple, you know?
Like,
there
was a story. Oh, man, I meant to post this, too. I'll talk about this, Dev, but I'm remembering it now. There was a story where a black woman went, I think she was from the UK, and she went to a dance studio to be an instructor, and the white girl turned her down because she said her twerking was too basic.
Yeah, that's the one I was just saying. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yo, twerking is too. A white woman telling a black woman your twerking is too basic.
You're not doing it right.
You're a basic bitch, yo. And you can't twerk like remaster twerking black girl. What the fuck, son?
Hey, he said our twerking is advanced.
That's sad. But I wanna know, like, was that black woman like just terrible at it? Because I mean, I need to see the video just to even.
No, but she was good.
I seen the video. Her ass cheeks was doing claps that you wouldn't even believe compared to this corny ass, waif ass white woman that was behind her.
Okay. Okay.
Out of here.
Yeah, the girl was good. It wasn't like she was whack or anything. She was good. She actually is already an instructor.
Right. Of doing
but she wanted to be. I think she was an instructor in the UK, but she wanted to do it, in the States.
Right. And she was like, yo, your twerking is basic. I was like, wow, that's just dog. That's just like Eminem. No, I'm gonna bring Eminem. That's like Vanilla Ice telling Rakim, yo, dog, you can rhyme, but your rhymes need to be a little bit more on time, son.
Yeah, people say outpaid mine, yo. Outpaid mine.
Like, Rakim, you is nice in the rhyme, but your skills got to be a little bit like mine, dog. Like, you're a basic rapper. I'm a real
you're
rapper.
Basic. I remember somebody said that when remember that video I did? I think it's still up on YouTube. That's like the most popular video I ever did.
That's the biggest video with my name ever attached to it. That shit got like
was the
20 million
BET
views,
Cypher video.
Yes.
And they the comment section is hilarious because I was going in. People was coming at me and I was going at them. So it's like a warfare in the comment section. But one of the dudes said that Black Thought was basic.
Basic. Yeah, Black Thought is basic. And he went in on Killer Priest, too. I remember they went in on Killer Priest. And I was just like, I was like, it's because he's a cat that's probably no more than 15 years old that was talking that crazy shit. I was
exactly.
Like, it's obviously your rap career or history of rap goes about 5 years with the dumb shit you're saying right now. Like, come on.
And I pointed out the flaws in Eminem's style. Because one of the things that Eminem does, and I will say this, and I will keep on saying it, and this has been from his own mouth, so it ain't like I'm saying something new. He tries to squeeze as much words into one line as possible,
and one boom.
And when you do that, then you're not rhyming on beat. You're not rhyming on time. And so when you listen to Eminem, he sounds offbeat because he is offbeat. He squeezed, like, if he would stop that shit, he would probably be a better MC.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And you know what's so crazy about that whole post show? My own son told me I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, that Eminem is the best rapper ever. My middle, not my youngest son, my middle son. I told my youngest son, I said, you know what? First thing you need to do is go in my living room, look at my walls, see how many fucking plaques I got. Second thing you need to do is be able to buy your own CD. Before you can tell me about, no, not you, Stephon. I was like, and I said, and before you start telling me Eminem is the greatest rapper ever, like, dude, you done lost your mind. I was like, come on, man.
Eminem is not even on my list.
Dog, it never made my top 10. Eminem still hasn't made my top 10.
He ain't on my list.
What's so crazy about it, and I'll say this to anybody, the only reason why Eminem comes up in any conversation when it comes to hip-hop is because he is white. That is the only fucking reason. Had he been a black person, nobody would give a fuck about him. First of all. Second of all, I'm going to really bust your bubble. Go back and listen to Eminem's records when Proof was alive, and listen to Eminem's record now, and you will find out when Eminem was created dope, because Proof wrote all that shit. The fuck out of here. Don't tell me.
Proof was dope. Proof
wrote all his shit.
Yeah.
I like Proof.
Yeah. Proof was the one, a lot of people may not know this. A lot of people may not know this, but if they go back to 8 Mile, Proof was the one that burnt him in the battle in the beginning of the movie. That was Proof.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got another thing for y'all, the trivia. Craig G wrote all of Eminem's rhymes in 8 Miles. Craig G wrote every last one of them. I broke it that deal.
Yep.
He wrote every fucking rhyme for Eminem in that battle. So if you were such a great MC, what would you need somebody to write your battle raps for you for? Battle raps are supposed to be the easiest thing you should ever do.
Because you are a battle rapper, right?
Exactly.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, man.
Tell you, man.
Straight up,
like that's. So you got white girls telling black girls you ain't doing it right.
You ain't doing it right.
You got
MCs,
white MCs who are more supposedly more advanced and skilled than some of the legends that's come out of hip hop.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we wondering why. Could it be because we live in America?
Oh my fucking God, man. I don't.
Could it be that why do white folks feel no problem stealing shit from their slaves? Cultural appropriation.
I heard from 50 Cent's mouth that he would never put a record out until Eminem approved it. You hear that crazy shit? Yeah, 50 Cent said that. He would never put a record out until Eminem approved the record. Not Dr. Dre. Eminem. From Eminem.
Yeah, he probably in the studio cursing 50 Cent out because he's not rhyming right.
And that's to me, I think 50 Cent could rhyme better than Eminem. It's just my opinion, though.
In the mortal words of Lord Jamar, and I agree with him in his assessment, he's not saying that Eminem is not skilled and that he can't rhyme, because that would be fake to say that. You know, the dude is good for what he does. But I can name about 20 people off the top of my head who I'm feeling more than Eminem.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep it 100, and I'm not hating on him because he's white and I'm a pro-black dude.
No,
I'm saying I know his fucking skills. He has made some great fucking records. I think Guilty Conscience was the best record he's ever made. I think that was like the illest concept he ever came up. He killed Jay-Z. He killed Jay-Z on Jay-Z's record. He did a great job if he wrote those rhymes. And I take that, but I can still name 20 other MCs that blow his ass out the water.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Back rappers.
I like Stan.
Stan was another great record. Stan was another great record, yes. Stan was another great... Shit, My Name Is was a great record. His first single was a great record. Great idea, great concept. When I first heard it, I was like, yo, this shit is a great idea. You know, Dr. Dre's a smart dude.
But if you notice, for me, those records were concept records. It wasn't that I liked them because he was just, oh, shit, this dude is just right. It wasn't like that. It was like, oh, this is an ill concept.
Ill concept, right. That's what I'm saying.
Because I've yet to see Eminem do that for me. I've yet to see him do that for me.
No, I ain't gonna lie. His verse that he spit on Renegades, I thought was ill fucking matic. I was like, damn, he tore Jay ass up on this record. But it wasn't the greatest shit in the world out of records because.
And I didn't like Renegades. I don't know. I've mentioned this before. I really didn't like that record.
Oh, really?
Like that. I don't know. That record didn't do it for me, man.
It didn't fiddle.
You know what?
That didn't seem like a Jay-Z record to me.
Right. What done it for me was, damn, this dude actually got on a Jay record and tore Jay ass up, and Jay had no problem with the shit. So I think that was more that pushed me towards like, yo, that was a dope record. It wasn't like I was saying Eminem is the truth, but I was like, yo, he did his damn thing on this record, though. You know what I'm saying? And I gave him his props for that shit. But illest MC, you got to be kidding me, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I felt like when I heard that record, because everybody's, oh, you got to hear Renegade. When I heard it, I'm like, okay, this is an Eminem record. And they're like, no, that's a Jay-Z record. I'm like, what?
Jay-Z record. Yeah, it's a Jay record, yeah. It was a Jay record.
But you know what, like I said about Eminem is a high-level writer. He's a great writer. Yeah. You know? I personally don't believe that he freestyles.
Oh, no, he don't freestyle.
That's controversial.
He don't freestyle because you got to look at that Craig G wrote his rhymes in 8 miles. If you're a freestyler, battle raps is easy. Battle raps would be easy.
Who freestyle is Proof.
And let's go back to the ciphers.
Yeah, Proof freestyles, definitely.
Let's go back to the ciphers. When they was doing the ciphers, Eminem rhymes was always written rhymes. It wasn't off the top of his head. Actually, the only 2 people I've ever seen actually rhyme off the top of their head. That was KRS-One and Black Thought. Everybody else had written rhymes.
What about that other dude? I can't remember his name. I don't know if it was Natural or something, man.
Oh, Supernat.
Yeah, Supernat.
Oh yeah, he's 100% freestyle.
He's the king of freestyle. We got B.I.O. members for Supernat. No, let me stop. For real, yeah, Supernat is that was my dude, man. You know what I mean?
Let me bring in Mac, because he's been on hold for a while. Let me bring you in there.
Mac 611.
Mac 611. Rhymes
Peace,
like
brother.
a weapon.
In the paint, brother. What's going on, son? I still dunk on you, Mac. Still dunk on you, bro.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll take your big ass outside and jay you.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. What up, brothers?
What's up?
Nothing, man. Nothing but love.
Dom is still on the line.
Okay.
Oh, all right. What up, Mac? What up?
Peace, Dominique in the shy. What's up, brother?
It's chilling, man.
So, yo, Mac, spit your 100 bars. Let us know what you feel about this subject.
Yeah, your 100 bars, right?
What y'all said about Jada Pinkett is BS. Will has been nominated twice for Oscars.
Yeah,
he didn't win them
twice. Right.
So you wasn't mad then?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It fucks me up, man. It fucks me up.
To piggyback on what Dev said about Roland Martin, Will and Jada have their own production company. It's called Overbrook.
Right.
They can greenlight whatever they want because they have money, but obviously
that's how Yep, you're 100% right. I forgot the name of it. I'm glad you told me. Thank you. But I was trying to remember the name of the production company.
Overbrook Entertainment. Obviously they can't get anything greenlit because they don't. Jada had a show on TNT or TBS where she was the nurse.
Oh,
they
yeah, that's right.
It.
That's right. Hawthorne you talking about.
Yeah.
What's the name of that shit? Right. Yeah, okay.
I think it lasted 2 seasons. They had to follow their guidelines. When he made Hitch, they asked him why he didn't get more black actors in that movie. He was the only black lead in that movie.
There was no other black football. Yeah,
I remember there was a controversy about that at the time where he specifically was looking for like a mixed Spanish actress or something like that.
And that's because he was trying to cater to white folk. He wasn't thinking about us. But now you want us to fucking boycott and side with you and your bullshit. Like, come on, dude. I see through this shit. First of all, not to cut you off, Max, but I hate a motherfucker that put your wife up to do some grimy shit like that. And not what he did. Because Will Ash should have been sitting right next to his wife when she did that fucking video. And it would have been more understandable and believable to me. He put his wife up for that shit. To that shit.
Right. Well, if you notice, Jada's always been more vocal on social things. Like when the Million Man March happened, she was one of the organizers for the Million Woman March.
They put the money up.
Yeah.
They put him and Will. They put up some of that money so that march can go down. I'll give them the prop and love for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to do what you got to do to get your paper. My thing is, be consistent with your shit. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Don't do it now.
Right. When Will had the Fresh Prince, to piggyback on some of the stuff you were talking about, Dev. Before he got the Fresh Prince, he was on ass because he blew all his money.
Right. I remember that. You're right. I remember that. Yep.
So he wouldn't be the person to say, "Yo, we give the rest of them more money." So that's why he made that whatever, the statement of, well, hey, your deal is your deal, my deal is my deal.
Right, because he damn sure blew his money. He surely did.
Janet Hubert, I think she still harbors some resentment towards Will. She's still mad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I guess Will had a blackball somewhat because she's not in any big productions. She's in a lot of Netflix type movies they put on.
That shit. I gotta correct that statement. Will Smith had no power to blackball Janet Hubert. It was Quincy Jones, and it was Quincy Jones and Kersey Warner who blackballed her ass.
Okay.
And Vinny Medina, that's who blackballed her.
Right.
Huh?
Right. I'll agree with that because again, Will didn't have no power then.
Right.
Yo, we don't need no damn Oscars.
Let's start our own academy. I got the name of it.
Well, first of all, this is the thing that I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. We already have award shows that celebrate movies and stuff. We got the BET and whatever. Why don't we support those? Because if you notice that the major stars would never show up there.
Right.
They would skip that, but then they'd be at the Oscars.
Right. Yeah, because they want to kiss daddy's ass, man. Look, I got an award show. We gonna take Notes Entertainment's gonna produce it. We gonna call it the Sydneys. Name it after Sidney Poitier, and we gonna give it to all the stars when we take this shit.
Yeah, we're going for that.
I like
we're going for that.
We're gonna name it the Sydneys.
Let me also name some other people who have.
You know what? Scratch that. Not the Sydneys. We're gonna name it after Ozzy. We're gonna call it the Ozzies. We're gonna call it Ozzies.
I like
that.
I
can go for that. It's Sydney or Ozzy. They both good.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was you going to say, Matt?
We got other people who have big production companies. Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey got a network. Besides
can't put no content out.
Right. Besides BET, we have TV One, which is black owned, and
we got Bounce. You know who owns Bounce, right?
Who?
Martin Luther King's son owns a Bounce network. Network. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, Martin Luther King's son owns a Bounce network.
Okay,
that's crazy.
Him and Andrew Jackson's son. Him and Andrew Jackson's son owns that shit together. I mean, you know.
Magic Johnson has Aspire, but I think that's more of a vanity deal than a real network.
Puffy has Revolt.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z now has
Yes, sir.
I wanted to get your opinion, before I bring another call in. I wanted to get you to talk a little bit about cultural appropriation.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that?
Listen, we live here in America, so any and everything we've done is always going to be taken and stripped down and watered down to their liking. Jazz, hip hop, rock. Check out that book, the 2 books by our brother who passed away, who's our elder now, Brother Del Jones. Culture Bandits Volume 1, Culture Bandits Volume 2. He broke down Will Smith, and me and you, we seen him lecture on. He broke Will Smith down in '92.
Yeah, rest in peace to Del. Del Jones was the truth, boy. I love. He was one of my favorite lecturers. Like when we would go and see the lectures, I used to love to see him and Khalid were the two that really resonated. Besides Amos, of course.
Right. Yeah, Khalid, man. Rest in power, man. Khalid was a powerful brother, man. I mean, I love Khalid because he was just really passionate and raw with it. Khalid is the type of dude that would just look white man in his face and say, "Your white ass is gonna be whipped in 5 seconds if you don't leave." Straight up, and met that shit. And the white man knew he met that shit. For real.
He said, "Y'all gonna be taking these." You said you're gonna have these cameras running down the street.
Exactly, yo, Khalid, man, that was my brother, man, for real, man. He put the crazy battery in the Joker's back. He was not playing. Right. I knew in the Million Youth March, he told us, he was like, "Look, if they approach this damn stage, next thing they see is ambulances and hospitals. That's what y'all make sure happens." and I'm talking about some you standing up was like, yeah. Them police just started backing up. They was like, these motherfuckers are not playing. For real. For real, man. That was crazy. Khalid, man, great brother, man. Great brother. For real.
So what were you saying, Mac, about the cultural appropriation? Were you finished on that?
I was saying that anything we create and do, they're going to take and they're going to bastardize it, water it down, and make it theirs. We've seen it done already.
Every time. They take our talent, switch it around, and give it back to us. Now, this is what you want to do. What the fuck? Yo, we off the hook, man.
We have a lot of gatekeepers. Russell Simmons, you know.
Oh boy.
They you know, he's a gatekeeper. Quincy Jones is a gatekeeper.
What about Jada?
I think you need to take the T out of that and add a Y at the end. Gatekeepers. That's what the fuck they are.
We know about Quincy.
Fucking homos and shit. Shit, ass cheeks, they will come through. Yeah, you're right. Quincy Jones, man, please. Quincy Jones has turned out the whole black industry.
Yep.
He done had niggas' booties clapping for years.
Yeah, Mac, you're 100% correct. I mean, God, like Dominique said, some people just need to be told to shut up and just keep quiet, because all you're doing is making yourself into a fool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But let me
you drop some jewels.
Yeah, let me put you on hold for a second. I'm going to put the next caller in. Thank you all both for the call.
No doubt.
Love y'all, brother. Stay strong, man. Keep doing what you do, man. For real.
Yeah. Alrighty. And let's bring in last four. I think I know who this is. Last four digits, 4812. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? This is Kala. What's going on, Brother Dev? What's going on? Hold up.
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Doing good. Just listening to the show. And a couple of things I want to say. I was watching today, man. It's like a nightmare. I was watching, I happened to flip the channel, so Medea's family reunion. Got depressed. And then when I saw when he was as a man, he said, I fart. He goes, I fart all the time. Then he comes in with another character as a big fat woman, you know, and I was like, you know, I said, we got to do better than this. And I said, and this is what people say that they want to, look, you guys, some people are going to hate me for saying this, man, but the shit that we put out there, and we can make good films. You know, we have to keep doing it, but everybody wants to dumb us down, put stuff out there, and they don't understand. The average person out there don't want to hear about thugs, gangs, black poverty, our human. We keep that to ourselves.
I agree with you, Colin,
when you talk about the Oscars, you got to talk about a story. Let me tell you something, man. My novel, Journey to the Promised Land, right? If anybody ever picked that novel up and said, I want to make this in a movie, that would be an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? And I had publishers tell me that. But I said I digress, because the majority of black people, first of all, won't read my book, you know? And then they want something simple. If it's not another Roots, you know, another slave movie, another like that, but anything that shows black people in a dignified, you know how many stories have not been told? Black Wall Street has not been told. There's 1,000 stories.
The Nat Turner true story has not been told.
Nat Turner hasn't been told. Gabrielle Pressley hasn't been told. Oops. And Nina Simone, Marcus Garvey. All these stories have not been told. And I'm saying to myself, you want to talk about the Academy Awards? I'm like, get the heck out of here, folks. It's like you put your worst foot forward. They always say put your best foot forward. When you go up there, when they put those Academy Awards up there, and they're talking, you notice how when you see some of these movies, right? They usually in like the scenery is like in the best parts of America, you know, upper class white people, nice houses, nice things, thoughts and things. Somebody's an heiress, somebody's a millionaire, philanthropist, somebody's a doctor.
And they go for rags to riches in those films.
In those films, so it inspires people. You know, nobody wants to hear about your chronic poverty and ignorance and stuff like that. What do you think? Why do black people think we want to spread our misery around? You know, it works once in a while. Okay, they gave us 12 years a slave a couple of years ago. That's it. You don't expect anything for another 10 years. Yeah, well, they said like, they threw a bone at you, 12 years a slave.
Right.
But that's about it.
Right.
That's about it.
Right. Eddie Murphy said it just in 1999. It happens every 20 years. It happens every 20 years.
Yeah, every 20 years. Remember Lou Gossett? I remember he was on a Blog Talk Radio show.
Right.
And he was saying that you know, he never made $1 million for film.
He said
And he said he never made $1 million. And he said right after he won the Oscar, right, for Officer and Gentleman, you know, Richard Gere's career took off. Deborah Winger's career took off. He said his phone never rang, you know. But
look at Monique.
Yeah. She ain't doing anything because the bottom line is this.
Nothing.
The bottom line is this. It's like this. This is how it is. All human beings. People, the majority of people want to see blonde, blue-eyed people doing blonde, blue-eyed things. That's what sells.
This is their country. This is their land.
Their country. It's their world. It's their world.
They
don't say. Let me give you an example, brother, Dev. I was watching Fox News today, and surprisingly,
how you do that, bro?
I have no idea. That fool Kevin Jackson said, "Why don't you guys, instead of boycotting, start your own, like with Tyler Perry, like your own Nollywood or Bollywood, like the Indians do?" And she was like, "No, that's not the point. We need to be seen and appreciated, black people.
We need to be seen and appreciated."
Who was saying that?
You know, I was so mad, man. I was like,
this was an actress that was saying this?
If you can find that footage, please send it to me, brother. I gotta find out who this idiot is.
It was on Fox. Matter of fact, if you go on YouTube, just put in Kevin Jackson debating about Oscar boycott. That was probably on YouTube somewhere. You know, somebody's probably on YouTube. Somebody. Kevin Jackson, a black conservative dude. I debated him one time when he was on PTR. You know, I used to go on his show.
He's talking to another actress. He's talking to a black actress.
It was who was it? Was it Megan Kelly? It wasn't Megan Kelly.
The recent Stacey Dash that she did yesterday.
Oh yeah, my God. That's what they're. You know something? Hey, you know something? The pattern? Steve Ducey. Just a couple of days before that, there was this other whore, this black light-skinned whore. She gets up there and says, black people want Democrats because they're stupid. And Steve Doofy goes, Steve Doofy, I call him Doofy. Oh, you can't say that. You know, that's what he wants to say, but he's really like a ventriloquist, you know. And then the next day, Stacey Dash gets up there and says similar things. Blah, 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 blah. And so they have these black people. If you want to be a coon and make money, go on Fox News, you know. Go on Fox News. Say,
do that
I'm
shit
a coon.
all day long. Hell yeah.
I want to make money. I'll say whatever you want to say, and they'll put you on. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just ridiculous. And one more thing, I want to say something. There's another show I was watching there, flipping through the channels, right? Flipping through the channel, watching this other show. It's called The Real Housewives of Potomac. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know,
okay.
That's what that is? Okay, all right. Now,
yeah, Potomac.
No, I don't know. I think Potomac is spelled differently. I don't know. I think that might be in California.
No,
I don't know.
Potomac is the District of Columbia. That's the richest part of the District of Columbia.
So that's
real
what that is. That is the real. Okay, that is Potomac then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where all the senators and all them motherfuckers live at. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, this light skinned chick up there, right? She was like talking to this Jewish guy. She's like, "Well, I think he's the one," this, that, and the other thing. And this is gonna be real depressing, folks. I was warning you now. This is depressing, right? She goes, well, you know, I really think he's gonna be the one. I really this, that, and the other thing. And then all of a sudden, they're sitting there talking in a restaurant, a posh restaurant, right? And she goes, yeah, you know, at least we don't have the kids tonight, right? I'm thinking they got 3 kids together, right? And then all of a sudden, the next scene, she shows her with 3 black kids, right? And she, the oldest one is 3 years old. Get this, 3 years old, right? She was recently divorced, right? So she got 3 kids under the age of 3, right?
What?
And this, I tell you no lie. I swear to God. And then she goes, this Jewish guy, she goes, she goes, on television, she goes, I got a thing for white boys. I got a thing for white Jewish boys. And she goes, and I really think he's going to be the one I'm going to marry, you know? And then I'm saying, when she talked about marriage to him, he was like, well, what did we say? What happened with your first marriage, right? So let's not jump into anything. He's telling her, no, I'm not going to marry you. You're good for some ass, but I'm not going to marry you. And then yes. Oh, you know, in a roundabout way.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
he said it like.
You know, he said your first marriage didn't work out, so we got to look at things a little differently. Marriage may not be the thing for you. You throwing it on her to listen to.
Okay. Right. Basically, marry money to 60, but you can give me some head every now and then, though.
Right.
Slow down, chick.
Slow down, bitch.
And I was like, and then she basically the whole thing is to trash black men, and you chasing after being a bed bunch of this white guy. I'm like, it's like, bro, is this what we have to look forward to in America? Because it's getting worse.
Yeah, that's all you got to look forward to. Yes.
I feel sorry for the next generation coming up, brothers. Man. There's no hope.
Yeah. Well,
I want to ask you all a question.
Yeah.
Is speaking English cultural appropriation?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
One of the things that we were talking about, me and you offline, is this controversy between, with the Oscars and the Academy. And Jada Pinkett Smith made a video, and it was really kind of like, I felt like she was reading for a role or something. Like I did not get the sense that was sincere. Like, that's just me personally. What did you feel about it?
Well, it prompted me enough to do my own video on my own Facebook page. Because I was just like, first of all, like I told you, like I said in my video, okay, all of that would be understandable and it sounds great, but why you just starting to do this now? Because the Oscars been snubbing black folks for a long time. Well, now that your man got snubbed, you decide that you want to talk about us begging seats in there or whatever. Like, come on, man, stop it, please.
And also, I think it shows that they live in a bubble.
Yeah.
Like, I think she and I'm gonna put Will Smith in there because I doubt very seriously if she did this on her own.
Right.
She was probably a proxy for whatever he's feeling. But when you really think about it, did he really, really think that role was going to get him an Oscar?
He must have evidently did. He must have evidently did.
Come on, dude. And I'm not putting down Smith because I think he's very talented. Like when I remember when I first saw Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What impressed me about that, about him, right off the bat, was his comedic timing.
Right.
And his, because when he came on and he got on that show, he was very, very good in terms of his timing, his poise, for somebody who had no experience acting.
That was just pushed in there by Benny Medina and Quincy Jones. Yeah.
He had no experience acting. So I knew that he had the chops just based on that alone, because comedy is harder, actually, to pull off than, regular straight acting. A serious dramatic role.
I'm going to give you a little trivia. You know that show was offered to Al B. Shore first?
Really?
That show was offered to Al B.
I don't think Al could have pulled it off.
Nah. It wasn't named the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It would have totally been a different show.
It wasn't named the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was named something else, but it was the same. It was the same prism. But then Will Smith was there. Whoever changed that up, and they really picked the right person. He was the guy. He was made for that show. Like they had to name it after him and everything because he did his thing. Yeah.
Was it going to be a comedy if Al had done it?
Yeah, Al's a very comedic person. Like, he's a very comedic person. They just never showed that image of him because, at the time when we was creating the Millie, we had to keep it like, this is the most sexiest dude among America. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, we just kept that part of him. But Al, it would have came off not like Fresh Prince, but it would have been like, because of course they were just selling his image at the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were banking on. But Fresh Prince, they ended up switching up and they got Fresh Prince, and no person could have been better than that person.
Yeah,
than him for that show. Yeah.
But just to let the people know what we're talking about, Jada Pinkett Smith made a video, talking about how we shouldn't be begging the Oscars for acceptance and how we need to do things on our...
You cannot. Thanos is the most powerful being in the universe.
Yes. You can't win. They will get on the runway. They will lay down on the runway and make sure that plane does not take off.
Not leave.
All right.
They will.
Hey, hold up. Let me ask you a question. I heard something in the Situation Room, where somebody was saying that we got detractors trying to make contact with different African governments and see if we had plans that we never said we had. You know, that's how these Negroes are crazy.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, you say somebody was saying that, so we contact the Angolan government, whatever like that. They'll say they gave you land, whatever. Something like that I was hearing. These guys are that crazy,
First of all you jokers that's listening, I don't know where the fuck you'll get the name Angola from, because that ain't where we trying to go. So get that shit out your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because evidently they believe in one thing and don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So if you're getting contact, or you're stupid as a motherfucker. You're trying to go to Japan. We going to Japan, y'all. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
I don't know where they getting. I don't know where they getting that from.
I don't know where the fuck they getting it.
We're gonna build a state in Saudi Arabia.
All over the place. That's right. I keep hearing this Angola shit all over the place. Like, God.
And they're scared. Well, evidently they're scared because they're like, damn, it might be a possibility, What if they do actually get territory and whatnot,
Nigga, they snitching. Son, as soon as we get to the airport, they snitching.
Or they're going to close the State Department.
We're going to be going to security. We're going to hand our shit to the security lady. She's going to say, could you hold on 1 minute?
Yeah, like they never heard of Maz. Yo, so they never heard of Masdar? I mean, oops, sorry. Did I put that out there?
Did you see that shit, though?
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute that out. I'll edit that out of the video.
Damn, son, you fucking gave up the tapes and shit.
I'm sorry. I was just rolling. I was flowing. I wasn't thinking, I'm sorry about that.
You was freestyling just now, brother.
Yeah, I was doing my super net.
Yo, Sarge and Mr. Dr. Solution, whatever the fuck his name is, gonna be right there in the airport. So I thought y'all was leaving? Y'all ain't going nowhere. You must bitch. You trying to sit down you trying to stand up and pee? Y'all was trying to stand up and pee. Yo, that's funny.
Master, they're trying to run away.
I'm gonna bust you. My bust you. I'm gonna bust you. I got to You monster. You monster.
Oh my God, yo. How do you call another man your stuff?
Yeah.
Yo. Hey,
I'll never want to go to prison.
Man. But yo, Kyla, thank you.
Shit out of anybody's mouth again.
Hold on, Dev.
Somebody.
Kyla.
Yo.
You there, Kyla?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is Kyla there? Okay, yeah, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. I want to bring the next call in, but thank you for that call. That was hilarious.
No problem. Great.
Thank you, bro.
All right. Let's give another brother a chance. I believe I know who this is. Last 4 digits, 3808. What's your name? Where you calling from? Uh-oh.
Your phone's breaking up.
Connection is bad. Is that Minister DeWoo?
Whoever's in 518.
Yeah, I believe that's Minister. Yeah, I can't even hear him.
I can't hear you, Mr. DeWoo. You might have to call back in, bro. Hello? Yeah, now I hear you, brother.
Yeah, your connection is toast. Try. I'm gonna put you on hold. Try calling back. Yeah, he dropped.
Yeah,
all right. Anybody else want to speak? Hit number 1.
Press 1, please. Well, you know what's so funny?
Put your hands in the air.
We just had that conversation. We had a whole bunch of callers, and they just jumped off. So I guess we don't reveal. So now they do reveal where we going, son. They done jumped off the goddamn line, bro.
I apologize for that. I apologize.
Damn.
For that. Damn. Running my mouth just a little too much. Oh, okay. We got last 4 digits, 6576. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, now we're going to have
area code 850. Hello?
Hello?
John from Tallahassee. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Jonathan?
Hey, what's going on,
Jonathan? Peace, brother.
How you doing?
Peace. Well, I like the topic for tonight, man.
Yeah,
man. You know, me and Mark, before we put this show up, we called a couple of white folks, and they said they was all right with the topic that we was talking about. But I just wanted to make sure we approved the white folks of what we were going to talk about tonight. I don't want any issues. I want them to love us and understand us. They can whoop on us all they want to, because I'd rather have bad times with them than good times somewhere else.
You got to pray for your enemies, man.
Yeah, I got to love them. I got to love my enemies and hug on them.
So, Jonathan, we're going to give you a chance to spit your 100 bars uninterrupted.
Go ahead, bro.
So go for it. I want to know what you feel about the Janet Hubert, Jada Pinkett Smith thing and the cultural appropriation.
Yo, son,
the mic is in your hands.
All right, got the mic. Basically, as far as the Jada Pinkett thing and the Jane Hubert thing, I don't know if I could really take sides at all. I don't really agree with any of it, man. I think what it really is we need our own independent thing. Like, and I feel like what Jada's saying, like, basically, he's mad at the Oscars and everything, but like, my thing is, what if somebody had actually won something? You know what I mean? Like, what if people actually won some of the Oscars? What would that mean to her? Because we've got this whole notion of tokenism in every other aspect of life. Besides that, you got tokenism. So we do have black people in different positions, but it's just token position, and it's kind of just played into everybody being comfortable. And that's my only fear. Is what if what if Will did win the Oscar? Would you still feel the same way?
Right.
The truth of the matter is that we need our own stuff regardless. Regardless of how many bones they throw at us, it doesn't matter. I was watching a video earlier where another guy, he was commenting on this entire situation, and he was like, they ain't even gave us reparations yet. So what the hell is this some bullshit for? And he's exactly right.
Reparations.
Say that they want to, be civil and be human beings and, address the transatlantic slave trade and everything else. No, we need to go build on our own. And that's just what it is. So, that was my whole thing. As far as Jane Hubert, I mean, she's got a point. But then at the end of the day, we're still, all of us are in the same boat. We're sitting here with nothing.
Yep.
So fuck that. We need to be independent from day one anyways. We need to have our own Oscars, our own Hollywood, our own stuff.
Like, what the fuck, man? I don't understand. I still don't get it.
I mean, it ties into what Max 611 was saying about the cultural appropriation. Like, I don't know, like KRS-One, like one time he said in one of his lyrics, he was like, there used to be a time when hip-hop was illegal. You know what I mean?
True.
What he was saying there, basically, like, back in the early 70s when it first started in the Bronx, like, the police would come at them and they would break up the ciphers.
Yes, they surely would. They surely used to. They did that in Brooklyn, too, back in the days.
Right. They would harass the kids. They would stop them from b-boying. They would stop them from, stop the graffiti. They would stop the rapping, the MCing, and they would just break up the party. Because they didn't even have a respect for the culture. But now they found the angle and they tore it up and they broke it down to how they wanted it. This is how they want hip-hop to be. And that's how they want everything of ours to be. So what I'm saying is fuck all that. Like, fuck the tokenism. Like, I don't care even if you do choose me for something, it doesn't matter. Like, I know how you feel about my culture. Like, we need to respect ourselves, and we need to build our own, reward our own.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
And ironically, that's what she was saying, and she didn't realize the depth of what the comment was that she was making. It's like having your own you got to really think about what that means. And I don't think that people really comprehend when you talk about having your own. And I can say that because I was one of them. Like I told people many times, I didn't know what nationhood really meant and doing for self really meant until I heard Blueprint for Black Power by Amos Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
When I sat in the theater, in the slave theater, and I heard him speak, I had an aha moment. Everything that I had learned from the past just suddenly clicked. And it was so, and what made me, and it kind of made me mad because I'm like, God damn, why didn't I realize this? It's simple. It's not even complicated.
Simple, bro. It's so simple, man.
It's kind of like to add on to the whole mix. When Stacey Dash, when she gave her input in it, the first thing she said, she was like, basically, we need to make up our minds whether we're gonna have integration or segregation. So that's the beginning right there before we talk about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and in this context, doing for self, what you would need to do is segregation, complete segregation.
And you know what's so funny? You know what's funny? Mm-hmm. I would love it because everybody wants to sing the praises of what was going on during segregation. And, yeah, we had our own shit and our own industries and whatever, but what the overriding thing that people don't talk about is the reason why we did is because we were basically forced to do so, because we were rejected by white society. Wouldn't it be nice to have that on our own choice, our own fruition, where we go, you know what, we want to have something of our own and control a piece of land or territory on our own without being forced?
Right. I mean,
you know,
some people, they always forget, like they talk about integration and segregation, but we look at the plantation system. We were integrated on the plantation system, but that don't mean
exactly.
Shit. Not the problem.
We'll be integrated in the fucking concentration camp too.
Exactly. So that's not the fucking problem. The problem is the oppression. Get away from the oppression. Have your own shit.
Exactly.
And then we could integrate. Well, once we got our own shit and establish ourselves, have our own base. Then people could go out and they could, mingle and swap ideas, but we don't have no base of power, so we're at the whim of everybody else's power. Our history is going to be told how they want it told.
Right.
Dash is on there complaining about BET and Black History Month. Well, I mean, there's a White History Month, 24/7. There's white channels 24/7, but that's because we live in this context.
Yep. That's right.
We need to control our own content.
But yeah, I'm going to put you on hold and stay with us. I want to thank you for the call. I want to bring Brother Minister in and try to attempt to bring him in again. So thank you, Brother Jonathan.
Yep.
All right, let's try and see if we can get Minister. What's up?
You know what it was Stacey Dash said? It was that we should get rid of Black History Month. That's what she was saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what she was saying.
Okay.
We should get rid of Black History Month and shit. Oh, I gotta let the brothers know before you bring them in.
Does she support? Huh?
I gotta let the brothers know before you bring them on about the concentration camp. I'm letting y'all know. Don't be preaching this BAIO shit in the concentration camp. I'm snitching on y'all straight up. Straight up. I don't hear no BAIO shit when we in the concentration camp. I'm going straight to Massa and be like, these motherfuckers trying to leave. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. We already caught. For real. But go ahead, brother. Bring the brother in.
I'm going to bring in Brother Minister. You all right? All right, we hear him now.
Oh, hey, Minister, I'm snitching. No, Minister, I'm snitching, dog, straight up. Word up. They not come to me talking about, Dad, we got to do something. We got to get up out of here. What you say, nigga? What you say, nigga? Hold up. This nigga trying to get out.
No, we ain't going nowhere. We doing it right here.
Right here.
That's right. We doing it right here in the concentration camp. Right. Don't y'all niggas start talking about no BAIO and no land infrastructure nationhood when we in the concentration camp.
Don't start talking that shit then, nigga. I ain't trying to.
Please. You think Armstrong, Williams, and Carson is bad? Where do you see us inside the concentration camp?
What? We're gonna have a coalition.
We're gonna stomp out all revolution. All revolution is getting stomped out.
Word up, we're standing at the gate with signs like you niggas wasn't down.
We're going to be the BASO, Black African Snitching Organization, motherfucker. That's going to be our name. Fuck that.
Fuck yo, brother, before I get started, no, that wasn't my little brother Jonathan using the F word on this show.
Oh, man, yeah. You believe it? The language.
The language the brother was spitting. You know what I'm saying?
That man was intense.
He was intense. He was not playing with that shit. I was shocked, too. I was like, damn, the brother is really spitting.
What's up,
Minister? How you doing, man?
We good, bro.
Oh, man.
We good.
Brother, man, I'm good, brother. I'm just sitting here. I just got me a new book on fire alarms, and I'm trying to process that. But I'm listening to y'all, and I wanted to add on something when it comes to the cultural appropriation of music.
Here we go again. I love that word, son. I got
Yo, word up.
We're going to give you your 100 bars. We gave everybody 100 bars, so we're going to give you yours. Go for it.
Got you. Yo, listen, you know from listening to my show that, we all come from the same era as far as hip-hop is concerned.
Yes, sir.
So, growing up in that era and hearing hip-hop, I was having this conversation with my children when I was bringing them to service on Sunday, because we always go back and forth about our era of music versus their era of music. And I told them, I said, yo, you know something? I said, y'all better, because apparently somebody had just recently said, or it's all over pretty much Facebook, that they said that the trap music that comes from the South is pretty much done. Some people are saying this. And they're saying that the only person that's keeping it alive is their brother named Future. And I said to them, I said, I don't know if that's true or not. I said, but that's a sign to you guys to enjoy your music while you can. They said, why is that? I said, because every couple of years, the style and the flow of music, it kind of changes. I said, so when you see that coming, I said, you better enjoy your music while you can. I said, here's what you need to understand. The reason why we don't like your music is not really because of the difference of it. I said, I sit and listen to your music, and I hear too much white people in it. They said, what do you mean, Daddy? I said, your music sounds like smoke-filled white techno clubs. They said, what are you talking about? I said, yo, listen, when I was coming up, in my music, in our music, you could hear the streets, you could hear the crack era, you could hear some of the Black Power movement, you could hear some of the, the pimp and the hustle movement. You could hear that, but you could hear blackness. Even in the NWA part of our music, you could still hear California's black street struggle in it. I said, what happened when your generation took over is they completely took the struggle and the revolution out of the music, and they made it just about partying. You guys liked that in the beginning, but what ended up happening is that because they took that out of the music and it became partying, you now added too much white in it. So you guys, you don't understand. A girl like Iggy Azalea could never have even sniffed our music back in the day.
Hell no.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
because of the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Iggy Azalea got punched in her face back then.
Word is born. I mean, Iggy Azalea couldn't even walk through the hood back in the day.
Who you take? What? Can you figure? Could you picture Iggy Azalea and Union Square, brother, and Union Square Ramen? Come on, they just snatched her off the stage.
Oh man. Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, think about it. Could you see Iggy Azalea on the stage with Ultramagnetic?
No, no, bro. No,
I could not.
Hell no, I could not see that. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, how the hell do you let them get away with that type of shit? Iggy Azalea. Can you see Iggy Azalea calling Roxanne Shante out?
Oh man, Roxanne Shante would suplex Iggy Azalea.
Right. It wasn't even be no rock going on. It'd be straight ass whipping. It'd be like 100 girls from Queens running up on the stage whipping this white girl's ass.
Word up.
Like, it's crazy, man.
So that's my thought on the situation is that you can see, slowly but surely, you can see white folks completely mixed into the culture.
Oh, my God.
That's the messed up thing about it. So, people ask me, like, Minister, why you play that crazy-ass house music when you're on? To me, brothers, that's the only thing that's left that's black. I mean, that's the only thing that's...
And that shit really got touched with the techno and the fucking electronica and all that shit, man.
Oh, word is born. Word is born.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
but, Dev, look at the R&B, brother. Look at the R&B. Like, my God, what the hell happened to that?
Yo, Minister, I produced majority of my young life. You couldn't get me in a studio to put nothing together for any of these guys. I don't give a fuck how big the check is no more. I can't. You know why I can't even do it. Because my mind is not even on that fucking level. I would have to dumb myself down to zero to fucking figure out how to do that shit. And I get asked on a regular basis, yo, you got some tracks for me? This and that. Man, I don't make no tracks, so goddamn. Talk to my son. He does that shit now. Get it from him.
I hear you.
Because I can't do it. Yeah, brother, it's crazy, man. Like, I can't fault them. It's out. Yo, Minister, I gotta keep it 100. This is all our fault because we never took control. We just let them run with it. And never taught them anything. True. We never taught them anything.
But if you notice, that's our history here in America. It's like we always, our ice is not cold enough. The white man's ice is always colder. It's like we feel that we've made it when we get mainstream appeal. And they don't realize that when you get mainstream appeal, you just ended your shit.
You just ended your shit. When you start giving people outside of your culture autonomy to change what you're doing, you fucked up. And you talking about, oh, no, I'm just making myself more versatile. No, you're fucking your whole shit over.
Word is born.
I'm gonna tell you something that's really crazy, so fuck you up. I don't even know what the fuck trap music is or what they mean by that shit. Like, I still been
you and me both, bro.
I've been still trying to figure out what the fuck is this trap. I keep hearing trap music because all this shit.
What it is it's the latest fad that everybody want to jump on so they can pretend to be cool. It's just like anything else.
But I'm saying all this shit sound alike, so you trying to say the whole industry is just trap music. So I'm like, because that shit.
Yeah, it's so wacky,
man.
Yo, check it out. Let me just give a part two before I bounce, before you put the next person on fall. So it's no secret that I watch all of the ignorant YouTube documentaries, right? You understand? Right. All of them. I watch Money and Violence. I watch Brooklyn Love Culture. I watch the buildings, all that stuff. I do. And people would say to me, like, brother, that's self-destruction, it's this, that, and the next thing. My position has always been that if you're trying to save your people, you need to be where your people is at. You need to feel what they're thinking and what they're doing. And for me to be watching Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 6,000 times, that doesn't help me any because I'm already awake. So I watch all of the deep, dark, dirty stuff. But what disappoints me about that is this. And plus, I'm upstate New York. So when I watch some of these documentaries, it brings me back to the city because I don't get to get down there enough. But either way, what disappoints me is that, okay, so I watched an interview from the dudes that do, Brooklyn Love Culture, a.k.a. The Terms, and in the midst of this interview, I forget exactly I think the name of the show was The Lituation Show or something like that. So anyway, they telling them, they're like, yo, man, we just looking to see if somebody picks us up. And they say, I said, what do you mean somebody picks you up? Like, yo, we just going to do enough shows and hopefully one of the mainstream networks will pick us up and then we can have some real action.
Shit kills me.
You see what I'm saying, Dev? You see what I'm saying? So this goes right along with what you're saying is you're going to do your underground thing. You're going to do it from the ground up. And it takes a couple of years really for you to master your craft because you make a lot of mistakes. And it's just like coming on Blog Talk. When you first come on Blog Talk, you don't know what the hell you're talking about for the first year. And then eventually you get around and you be like, all right, this is my voice. And eventually you grow. But if all you ever want is for mainstream to pick you up, then you surrender your creative content. And then next thing you know, it'll be nothing but white people doing documentaries of how gentrification made Brooklyn better or Queens or the Bronx better.
You know what's so crazy? I'm getting ready to give a jewel to these brothers that's listening out here and that keep saying that same line that you said about I'm waiting for mainstream to pick me up or a network to pick me up. Let me tell you how easy it is for you to start your own network. Start you a .com fucking video channel Put your content on there. Take all your subscribers that you have on YouTube, transfer them over to your website.
Yep.
Get them pay you $3 a month or whatever.
Yes, sir.
And you have just started your own fucking network.
Yes, sir.
You don't need the mainstream jokers because you'll make your own money, and that's costing you nothing. The overhead is nothing to run something like that. It's ridiculous that all these brothers waiting for somebody else to come hand them something to take control of everything that you done.
Word is born,
ridiculous,
brother.
man.
And you know what's bugged is, like, okay, so when they, like, somebody put me on, like, one of my Coney Island friends that put me on to The Turns, and he was like, yo, you got to check this out, brother. I started watching it, right? It's called The Turns. The Turns, Brooklyn Love Culture, yeah. If you're out there and you're self-righteous, like, you're not going to like this, so don't even bother.
Oh, nah.
I mean,
I like to be up on everything and shit.
But no, I know you do. I'm just running the crowd.
Oh, other people. Oh, yeah, I got you, yeah.
I know you, brother. I shared your video on my page the other day. So anyway.
Oh, you did? Thank you, brother.
No doubt, brother. No doubt. You know it's love. But either way, so the thing for me is that when, somebody put me onto this, right, and I watched all 7 episodes, I was hooked. They didn't do another episode or season 2 until, like, maybe, I want to say almost a half a year. Man, brother, you should have seen the comments on this thing. When y'all going to release something? Please put something out. So they had enough following that they had anticipation. And then when they started season 2, it just came out of nowhere. So what you're saying, Dev, is correct. If we move all of those shows over to a .com, they can support themselves, but I just think that brothers and sisters are too afraid to try to do that, like Hollow was saying a couple of minutes ago, without the white infrastructure behind them. And so that is what makes what we're doing so important, is that I just think that we need to give young people the confidence that if you have an idea and it's something that you need to do and it's black and it's street, it's gritty, whatever it is,
bring it to us. We'll show you how to cultivate it. Right.
Word is born.
I just want to say something on that. This I'm gonna give you an example of how sad we are in terms of how we feel so reliant upon white people. The Young Turks, right? Have built up a network, and I remember when they first started. I remember when they were first on, and I remember their studio. It was basically out of a house and whatever. Right. These dudes have a network now. They have affiliates now. They're bigger than any news station on cable or broadcast television. Their audience is about 1 billion people. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I raised that point is this: how in the hell can Arsenio Hall come back and then say, "Oh, they canceled my show"? How the fuck they gonna cancel? You can open up a YouTube channel and broadcast from your YouTube channel.
Right. Yo, son, I don't fucking get the
you have an audience. You have people that claim that they want to see you. So why don't you open up your own? He could do that same show, except broadcast it on CBS, broadcast it on YouTube, on a YouTube channel, and he would get more views.
Yo, I'm telling you, dog, you know what, dog? You know what we gonna start doing? We just gonna create our own shit and we gonna pick up all these people. You niggas, it's like I said before, we're gonna have to buy the slaves. We're gonna have to buy them. Since you think that you need them, come to us. We're going to do the exact same thing and show you how to do it. And we'll pay you a little stipend like they're going to give you a little stipend too. But it seems like that's what you like to do. So come rock with us. It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame, bro. Hey, brother, Minister DeWoo, did you see Respect Life? That one? That one?
Oh no, not yet. You know what? I was when I was looking at Money and Violence.
You're gonna love
that in the queue.
Yo, Respect Life is the illest one I've seen, because it's not like these dudes really know what they're doing. This kid, his name is Diddy Pop or something like that, but Diddy Pacino or something, Pacino Diddy, whatever. But he knows what he's doing. Check out, he got 13 episodes. They all, it's like 26 episodes because it's 2 parts to each other. Yo, the dude series is off the hook. And when you get a chance, put that name of that one that you want to. I want to check that one out too, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm looking through, and I'm gonna pick up all that, because Jay-Z picked up Money and Violence, which he's gonna never put it out.
What?
Cause you know that's why they ain't come. That's why they don't have another season out. Jay-Z picked that shit up. He picked that up. He's trying to put it on his network now. Oh, he picked.
Okay,
that's why they haven't put season 2 out, because Jay-Z told them that to keep that one up, but don't put nothing else up. And what's basically stagnating the niggas. They don't even realize it. And they're gonna shoot the new season, and he's gonna put it on their thing. But had Jay-Z seen Respect Life, he'd have never touched Money and Violence, because it blows that shit out the garbage, out the what's the name. Then there's another one, called the Rock Boys. The Rock Boys, another one. A guy that used to work with us when we used to do production is doing that one. It's
Rock
shaky,
Boys,
but it's called the Rock Boy Empire. Yeah, the Rock Boy Empire, and that's another one. Now, what I'll do is we'll exchange on like Facebook, and I'll give you the different ones that I have watched. But Money and Violence, I ain't gonna front. I sat here and binged Money and Violence from the beginning to the end. I was like, it was great. I just knew that there was the amateurs the way they were shooting, and then the popularity was growing. But these guys they always worrying about need somebody else to carry them over the top. I'm like, you carry yourself over the top. You already did the legwork. You can't come get my show from me now after I done did the legwork. You better come with a couple of $100 million, nigga, if you think you're gonna come take a piece of this. Like, for real, because I could do it myself. That's why I love Master P. There's one thing about Master P. He might make some of the corniest shit in the world, but he owns every drop of that shit. He owns every drop of that shit. Yeah, he does feel the same way. Part 1 and part 2. Yeah. But Minister, you are 100% right, man. And these cats, all they want to talk about is, I'm just waiting for somebody to come pick us up. There ain't nobody. They're going to come pick you up, and they're going to bury your shit. That's what they're going to do. Exactly. They're going to put out 1 or 2 episodes. Right. They're going to put out 1 or 2 episodes, and if it don't get the ratings back that they want to get, your ass ain't never coming back out. Now you got to go back and start from scratch again on the internet. Why do you think YouTube is starting to get ready to start a pay service now? Because they're starting to see, like, damn, these motherfuckers are becoming rich just using our little platform. Exactly. Because most of these documentaries, or whatever you want to call them, they using rappers from the hood, so they ain't got to pay nobody no royalties. You know what I'm saying? And it's all independent. And it's like, put it on your own network. But oh no, we want to get picked up by Fox, and we like, you crazy? Hey, you got your damn mind, Rupert Murdoch. You want to get picked up by his ass, right? Like, you know the little gay dude that sang the Patti LaBelle Pie thing? He just signed an $8 million record deal. Oh wow, good God! Who gives somebody $8 million today in the music industry? I was like, damn, the hype is just off the hook. Yep. Yo, check it out, brother. One of the biggest things I'm hearing now, besides that we can do it right here, is I'm hearing people asking us, well, when you go over to Africa, is you going to take your nigga mind with you? We're not going to Africa. We're going to Japan. Oh, that's right, we're going to Japan. My bad. So when we go to Okinawa, is you taking your nigga mind with you? Taking my nigga mind with me. Wow. I'm not going to. That's what I'm hearing a lot. Taking my nigga mind. Was this a white boy that asked you this crazy shit? I heard this. First of all, I heard this first on the Conscious Radio show with 2 brothers I listen to, and then I heard it like many times in various different groups that are against what we're trying to do. Nigga, you scared. That's my answer to them. Nigga, you scared.
I have a deeper and more profound question to ask them, and I hope that we can clip this. Where's your nigga mind at right now? So you have no problem with your nigga mind here in America. Where's this elevated conscious mind at currently? Can somebody let me know that?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. You just detected another Negro stalling tactic, Minister. Thank you. Yeah, congratulations. You got an acute eye there. You just got an academy. You got an Ozzy, man. I just gave you an Ozzy for that one. We should make a contest and have people call in to the show and let us know all the Negro stalling tactics that they've detected. It would be like bird watching.
Right. Let's do that.
Because that's all it is. It's just a stalling. Whenever you raise anything about moving forward, what they're going to do is they're going to come up with a reason why you can't do it. If you notice the pattern, listen to these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just think that I'm just talking shit. Listen to these shows. Every time somebody raises an issue of how we can move forward and actually do something and make something tangible, some Negro is going to come up with a stalling tactic so that everything stops. Because in their mind, what they're saying is deep. You know, that's deep. Oh, that brother deep.
Yeah, that was hot.
He just stopped progress. Oh, wow, he's deep.
You know
anything having to do with moving forward, they are not going to be down with.